Hey everybody. Hold on. What happened? Are you okay. I was like, I don't see you up there. What happened? Hey, how are you guys? Welcome to It's the Meetup Talk Show. As you guys know, we stream live every Thursday, 6:30 Central Standard Time, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. And we're so excited to be here with you guys on tonight. So listen, tune in, tell a friend. We'll get to that part, but we're excited to see you guys.
Yes. We are on episode number 9. Woohoo! Cheers to being consistent. I mean, we've had some weeks that we've missed, but because life and stuff happens, so but we came back, and that's a cheers. That deserves a cheers. Okay, so every week we provide you with housekeeping rules. We welcome you, but when you come to somebody's house, there's always rules, whether unspoken or spoken. So the housekeeping rules for us are: number one, don't keep tonight to yourself. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell your mother, tell your aunt, your cousin, whoever you think could benefit from vibing with us and being part of our tribe. Two is interact with us. I mean, this is our show, but this is our show. Talk to us in the comments and we'll reply, we'll read your comments, and we go back and forth from there. And the last thing is grab a snack and a drink, alcoholic or non-alcoholic. We don't judge. And so, what you drinking, Julia? Some ice water in the wine glass.
Yes.
I just got so drink. I really wanted to grab a Red Bull. But I'm trying to get
Okay.
off of Red Bull because I have a Red Bull every day. I'm trying to kick the Red Bull habit. I have one last one in my refrigerator, but it's not even for like a Red Bull gives you wings. I like the way it tastes. It's like drinking a soda, but you know, yeah, too much of anything is never good. Even though I have
Good for
like
you.
one a day, I try to go between coffee and Red Bull. I think, not sure. Red Bull is worse than coffee. I know either one of them is not like too much caffeine, isn't. But I think Red Bull has a lot of sugar and caffeine. But that's neither here nor there. I'm trying to get rid of Red Bull, so I didn't go for that. I just went for some Poland Spring.
I mean, come on, H2O.
When it's hot as you know
H2O.
what outside.
It is so hot outside, y'all. It's
What
so
is it?
hot outside.
What is it in Memphis?
In Memphis today. Well, I'm gonna be y'all weather person. Hold on.
You got your green screen.
Right. But it's actually 93 degrees in Memphis today.
Okay. It's about
Yeah.
the same here, probably like 99, but 93, 99, both hot as hell.
Right. It said it feels like 98 right now outside.
Yeah,
But yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
hot, but we wanted summer, huh? I'm a spring person. Like, give me a good 75. I could even do 80. But we talk about 85 to 90s, I'm good. I'm gonna just be in the house, or I'm gonna come out at
Yeah.
nighttime.
I don't like winter. I can't stand winter. Um, I think spring is cool. Like I like spring. That's comfortable. I think I really enjoy fall though. Like I think I like that
Oh,
kind of blend. I think I like the blend of fall. I might be a fallsy person.
I feel like because your birthday's in October, right? All your birthdays in October.
Hmm. My birthday in March.
You're a summer or spring? March 10th. So
I
you're
am.
not summer.
I'm technically still winter.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah.
say most people enjoy the month that they were born, like or the season that they were born in, based
Yeah.
on my own like actions, investigations or whatever. But my daughter, she's a spring baby too, but she likes winter. She likes the snow. She watched too much Elsa.
Really? Girl, I cannot stand the snow. Like I literally can't stand it. The reason I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story why I can't stand the snow, right? So y'all know everybody know I'm from Jersey, born and raised East Orange, Jersey. Woo woo. So I hated when we were younger. Well, y'all still probably get like a whole bunch of blizzards and stuff like that. But I used to hate because when we had the blizzards, I used to have to be the one to shovel. Now, mind you, I had an older sister but she would never come help me. So I used to have to travel a long driveway, front front of the house because my mom worked at night. So it had to be clear for her to actually be able to get up our long driveway, right? And then she drove a Roadmaster, them big old heavy cars. So that car would slide down that driveway. So yeah, so I don't want nothing to do with snow. I really don't. Last year we had a blizzard in Memphis, and we don't have street trucks and all that clear the street and all of that stuff. So I was back to shoveling by myself. I was traumatized.
Being a homeowner.
Right. But mind you, my mom and my stepdad, they live out here too. So they actually bought us after the snowstorm. They went out and bought themselves a snowblower. So
It ain't gonna never
I
snow
think
again. It's been too.
right, it'll clear up like the day because literally the snow out here, it'll snow, it'll stick like snow will stick, but like probably around 12 o'clock, whenever like the sun comes out and it's been out for a while, it literally clears up. Like we don't have to worry about it. So like But they ready though, and so since they ready, I feel like I'm ready too because they gonna
We
come help
can.
me.
Yeah.
Yep, they gonna come help me. So we got a snow blower now, y'all. So we ready out here. But like we said, you guys, we want you guys not to keep this event to yourself, keep tonight to yourself, this conversation that we have into yourself. So we also have a way for you guys to spread the word for us. Like we said, we have a specific demographic that we look for each week. We want to build, we're actually, our goal is to build this community, this meetup community. And so in our community, we're looking for women ages 25 to 40. So, any women out there, listen, anybody 25 to 40, we need you to tag them in the comment section right now. Tag them, let them know, hey, it's a show out called The Meetup. We want you guys to come be a part of this. Come watch, come see what they doing. I know I went to school with them. I work with that person. What's she talking about? Why is she over here? Even if they want, baby, tag them to see what they doing now. Listen, what are they doing now? They hosted this show, but yeah, tag them in. We looking for women ages 25 to 40. Whether you're a mom, if you are a entrepreneur, if you're a boss, in any form of leadership or aspiring to be in any form of leadership, we want you to tag that person in the comments because we want them to be a part of this community. Whether you're introvert or extrovert, we want you to be a part of this community. If you're looking for a tribe, hey, we a tribe. We a whole vibe in the tribe. Come on and tag that person in the comments below. I know I'm missing something, but if you're a man and you identify with any of this, or you a single dad, listen, and you just want to hear the stuff that we talk about, because we talk about parent stuff as well as stuff that can help. Listen, tag that person in the comments, let them know that we have this show going on. We want them to be a part of our meetup community, and that's it, y'all.
Yeah. So if you're new here or if you're not new here, we always check in on our strong friends. That's what it is. Check in on our
Yeah.
strong friends. So a check-in is just checking in. How you doing? How's your week going? What's eating you alive this week or not? What's making you happy? Um, so I'm going to share mine. Julia share her check-in, but if you would like to check in with us as well, you can check in the comments. As for me, I don't know what happened to me like maybe 2 weeks ago, but a, a switch flipped on, a switch flipped on, and I'm just like heavy into like my finances. Like, what am I doing? Maybe it's because I just started back working, and I want to be. I don't want to be frivolous with my funds, but also realizing like, I'm at a big age, and I don't have money really saved for retirement. So I just been doing a lot of research, finding out. Just looking to find out like what could work for me at this age. Like, how can I catch up as far as like retirement, what that looks like financially, um, that type of thing. Julius sent me a budget spreadsheet, so that can help me in some type of way. Um, so that's just where I am. I'm trying not to let it like eat me alive because I'm torn between like, okay, you have bills, and yes, you need to save for retirement, and yes, you know, you need to be a little better with your finances. And I'm torn between those things, adulting. And like I'm outside. Like life is a part of life is enjoying life. Life is not all about paying bills either. And like we just spent a whole 2 years in the pandemic, not able to do almost like anything. So I'm torn between those things, and they kind of stressing me out a little bit. But I'm trying to like reel it back in. What about you?
So me, y'all. So I'm a story person. I got a story for everything. I know people get tired of me and my story, y'all. But I will check in and let y'all guys know that one of the things that I said I wanted to do more of was like network. And just yesterday, y'all, I went to like my first networking event by myself. Woo, woo. Go Julia. Go Julia.
Ooh, child, the
um,
amount of anxiety I would have had in that type of situation.
right, listen, so when I tell you I'm so awkward, oh my God, I'm so awkward. So I went to the event. So I mind you, I went dolo solo, all by myself, big girl status. So I go to the event. I don't know nobody in the room. So I go and mind you, when I get into the place, it's a place out here called Garden Ridge. And so when I get into the place, people are like standing up with drinks and stuff like that. Everybody's like up talking and conversating with each other. So I go straight to the bar and I order me some food. And so I order me some food. I sit down and wait for my food to come up. And so I'm sitting there like, baby, you the only one sitting down. Like, why would you go order you some food? Like, so I'm like, baby, I'm the weird lady in the corner sitting by myself. And then like I'm sitting with people. So I ordered me some food and it was like two ladies that was standing next to me that were talking to each other. So I was like, okay. So I was like, okay, let me start a conversation with them. So I was like, hi, how you doing? So I did a little quick conversation with them. And that moved on. And then I was sitting there eating my food for a good like 20 minutes by myself. But mind you, y'all, I'm sitting there self-talking the whole time, like, you could do this, Julia. You could do this. You better not be the odd woman in the corner. Like, you know you could do this. This is what you need to do. You didn't come here just to sit down and then leave, because that was a thought. Like, baby, as soon as I finish this food, I'm about to walk out this door. So I finish eating my food. I get myself together. I go to the bathroom, get myself together, self-talk again in the bathroom. Like, you can do this, you can network. And so then I go out there and I actually did start networking, y'all. So I mean, I wouldn't say I was a pro at it, but I did start with a hey, hello, how y'all doing? It was like a whole bunch of investors that I was meeting. A lot of them was asking what I did, so I was able to tell them what I did and stuff like that. I gave out my business card. Whoop whoop. And so yeah, so I was happy that I did it. I was happy that I did it by myself, because if I went with a group, it would have been a whole lot easier. But I did do it by myself, and so
Yeah.
I'm going to keep at this, y'all. So I want y'all to keep holding me accountable for this networking, especially because I do need to get out there. Not just because of the field that I'm in, but just period, like everything that we're doing, the meetup stuff, all the stuff that I'm doing, we have to network. Like, y'all about to see me and Rhea out here together too. Once we can actually get to go find events that we could go to and network, because it doesn't make sense. Like, we doing all this stuff and then people don't know who you are. You got all these great products, you got all of this great stuff going on, but then don't nobody know. Like, don't nobody know about it, or you don't have people that can kind of put your name out there, refer you, stuff like that. And so, yeah, so that's where I'm at, y'all. That's my check-in. So, yeah, keep me lifted. This is really, I know people be like, are you kidding me, Julia? Really, you don't want to get nervous? Like, in that setting, I'm nervous. In this setting, I'm not nervous. Like, in the stage, being on stage and stuff like that, that doesn't make me nervous. Speaking in crowds and stuff don't make me nervous. But the one-on-one talking, I think mainly because, and we're gonna talk about it. It's so funny. It's about to be the next thing we talk about, and it'll probably lead us into it. But just like, I never been one that been like really like thirsty for friends. And so like I see it like how like I know that sounds bad, but it's like all my friends have all the friends I've had or I have come to me very naturally. Like I never forced myself on people. It's just like natural. We vibe together, and stuff like that. Um so yeah, so when I'm going into those settings and I know I want to network, I don't want to seem like thirsty, if that makes sense. Like like
Everybody there for the same reason. If you thirsty, they thirsty too.
right. Yep. So I
I
think
just,
that
yeah, whoo, I will talk myself right out of it because like I used to have a blog, like a gossip and music blog, and I used to have to be in those type of situations, and I go, but I ain't. I really, I will be honest. I didn't never really say too much to people because I feel like I was the awkward person too. Like I'll be having a conversation and like later thinking about it, like why would you even say that? Like that was stupid. Like what? And or like creating conversations in your mind before they even happen, or
Come on.
just feeling totally unprepared. Like yeah, so
Yep, that's exactly me. Hey, Sasha. Hey, Peggy. Listen, Peggy said I'm the opposite. I'm comfortable one on one. She said crowds can be a bit challenging for me.
mm,
Yeah, I, I'm like and you would think because I will be so comfortable in crowds and stuff like that that like that the one on one should be nothing to me. It's the total opposite. It's the total opposite for me.
yeah,
But
I
I'm
like
getting better, y'all. I'm gonna work on this. So keep holding me accountable. Keep checking in with me. Julia, did you network this month? That's what I need y'all to do for me. Check in with me. Did I network this month?
yeah,
All right. And like I said, actually led us into our topic for tonight, momish topic for tonight. And that topic is, do you teach your child about friendships?
yeah.
You
So
want to give the background to this?
yeah, my it grinds my gears when my daughter or niece or whoever, they're like, oh, um, I have a lot of best friends, or all my friends, or this, that, and the third. And I know they're kids, but I'll be like, you don't have like you like one, all those most of those people are not gonna be your friends. Like 5 years from now, they're not gonna be your friends. And two, like, do you know how to be a friend? And because I feel like I don't know, I may have struggled with that as a child, and I also struggled with also like not I wouldn't say being thirsty for friends, but also wanting to feel included somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like my little group of friends or whatever. So my daughter was talking. Yes, her mother said something to her, and I was just like, I hate that you. Not I hate. I'm sorry, that's the wrong choice of words. But I was just like, she said she had a lot of friends, and it just made me cringe. Like my niece was like, I got like 10 best friends. 10 best friends? And of course, I'm looking at it through an adult lens. Like, girl, you don't know nothing about a best friend. You don't know nothing about friends or whatever. So I just like, kind of pose the question like, do you teach your children about friendships, like how they have ups and downs? Do they have ebbs and flows? Somebody might be your friend today, and somebody might not be your friend tomorrow. Because I'm talking about like an older child, like my daughter is 10. Soon she'll be going into middle school, not a 5 year old. Um,
Yeah.
like do you teach your children like about friends and how to be a friend? um I don't my mother always taught me those type of things, or how your mother always know like that's not your friend, that's not your real friend. You'll be like, yes it is, that is my best friend. And you're like, all right. Then you come home crying like, Mom, she was talking about me. Or they set your ass up on that three-way. They set you up on the three-way. Somebody called you and they start talking about the other person. And then you like, yeah, because she get on my nerves too. And then the girl on the other end that y'all talking about. So that's just like all those things ran through my head. Some of it is definitely projection, but some of it, like I know, that your kid is going to go through, and part of you wants to shield your child from any hurt or any disappointment or any like. So how do you navigate that, Julia, with two daughters?
Yeah. So, um, I don't know if I actually teach them about how to be a friend. Um, I do teach my oldest though how to navigate through like crucial conversations with people, like when it comes to like her friendships and stuff. So like, um, if y'all remember me talking about how like me and my one of my friends from church, we would like switch out during the pandemic, and I have her kids and she'll have my kids and stuff like that. So one of the times I had her daughters, and then I also had their guy sister here, and the guy sister and my friend's daughter and Autumn are all the same age, and the guy sister and the the girl from church friend's daughter clicked really well. And I think Autumn got jealous. And so like, what? Like how y'all clicking? Or whatever like that. And so when that happened, like she just shut down on them. So mind you, they're trying to figure out like, what's wrong with you? Like, why you not what's going on? Did I say something? Did I offend you? Like, what's really going on? And so I was kind of watching and seeing what I was going through. And so I went and I talked to Autumn and I asked her, what's going on and everything. So basically she told me that's what it was or whatever. And like, they just want to hang out with each other, stuff like that. And so I told her, I was like, you can't just shut down on people. Like, don't allow that to be that. You just let people know how you feel. you know don't let nobody leave your house thinking that they did something wrong with you, or just leave, like that, because by the time they, both of them were being picked up and everything. So I had her actually call the friend, and I had her have the conversation with her, and I was like, you know what, have that conversation, let her know what was wrong, and apologize, and y'all could go from there. So they talked it out, and she told her, you kind of a little embarrassed, but like, I'm sorry, I thought y'all was, y'all wanted to hang out more with each other than me and all that. And the little girl was like, well, I'm sorry you felt that way, I didn't feel that way. I thought I did something wrong to you, and stuff like that. So I think like I'm teaching like in that aspect of it, but I don't know if I taught them like in terms of like how to choose the right friend or not. That may be something that I need to work on. Um, just because I don't think I really learned that either. I didn't even learn how to be a good friend until I was like grown up too, because I would just be like, um, I wouldn't be honest with my friends when I was younger, or how I felt.
Yeah,
And
and not in a nice way. Like it just is what it is. Like, girl,
right.
your outfit is a mess.
No, I wouldn't be honest. That
Oh, I
like that.
didn't say you would.
No. I wouldn't be honest if I knew the friend was wrong. Like I still would be kind of like the yes ma'am, like yeah, for real, what that you was wrong, but I ain't have the heart to, say that, or am I wrong? And like no, but in my head I'm like yeah, So like I didn't know how to be a real good friend. I didn't know how to be honest back in the day. And then when I did have conflicts with friends, like I was shut down, like how my daughter was. So that's how I knew to like, talk to her and like don't let it end like that. Cause I feel like some friendships, like as a kid, ended when all I had to do was really just have the conversation with these people, But like I told you, I've apologized to people that I needed to apologize to. I felt like I needed to apologize to. And like we're not like friends now, but we're still like cordial, like we're cool. Like if I think as a kid, a lot of those people still don't be your friends, but I feel like if you see the person, it's not like no bad energy. It's kind of like a hey, how you doing, or whatever, and you keep it moving. Um,
I
but
have two things. Okay, I was a mess as a kid. I know I didn't know how to be a friend because I was that person like my way, like with certain groups of people, like my way, or I'm gonna have an attitude, and then y'all gonna do it my way. But on the other end, I'm kind of like feeling order. Like I don't like as an adult, and this might be childish. I don't like for my friends to mix. And what I mean by that is like y'all mix through me, but y'all don't mix outside of me. Like don't be exchanging phone numbers, going to the bar, going to don't that I don't like it. And it could be a very well like I said, petty or childish, but that's me. Like I don't. So I'm like I would have felt some type. Not a whole like. No, I feel like because I'll probably be like, "What y'all doing?"
That's
Excuse
like it
me.
remind me. It remind it remind me of a meme where it be like when your best friend say they got a best friend. You know,
Exactly.
it's like you ain't
Exactly.
got no best. You know,
Exactly.
but I don't care though. That's so funny though. Like I don't be I be and I guess that's something I gotta work on because I be so like in my own space. Like I don't
Mhm.
really like I'm cool with like my friends mixing if they're cool with it. They
Mhm.
go hang out. I'm cool with it. My friends have their own set of friends and their own new tribes and stuff like that. Like I don't
Mhm.
be the one like I don't be the one really be tripping off of those type of things. Like it's just I be cool like cuz I know like okay, well this is my space, you know, this is who
Mhm.
I am, you know, or whatever. And I'm
Yeah.
kind of like the friend like your daughter. So I'm gonna make you crazy. Like I got a whole bunch of best friends too. But
Yeah. The Samari was like, I got a lot of best friends. But I can, you know what? It's certain people that you could see that are like that. That everybody likes them and they like
right,
everybody. And that's how my niece is. She's very very friendly. She's always smiling. Like she's a joy to be around. Like she's not
right.
one of the kids you gotta yell at. Shit, she my best friend too. Shit,
Yep.
she my best friend. Like no,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Um, I see my daughter having issues like with friends,
Hmm.
like just the way she is. She is spoiled brat. She like me, like you know. I feel like she'll be like me, my way, or like
Right.
homeboy. It's corny because it ain't my way type of thing. I can see her being like that. But yeah, I try to, um, break her out of certain habits. Like, girl, get over yourself. Um, because I mean, I wish somebody probably would have told me that. Like, my mother just always knew, like, um, you don't have a lot of friends. Like, you
Yeah.
call them your friends, but they're not really your friends or whatever.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, when what else about this? So I remember when we met all up in Jersey and
Hmm.
we were at your house and we were recording and the
Hmm.
conversation came up where like you all was like identifying like who y'all person was in elementary school, like, oh, I hung out with this person was my friend, you know, and all that.
Hmm.
And I started thinking to myself, I was like, so who did I like? I was thinking so hard, y'all. Like I if
Hmm.
y'all know, I ain't really say that. I was thinking so hard, like, and then I thought about it. I was like, I kind of just, it was like multiple people that I hung out with, but I think my common denominator probably would have been Rhea, little Rhea. Like
Hmm.
that was probably like my friend,
Maria.
regardless of no, regardless of whatever school we went to, if we were still going to the same school or not, or we was in the same class or not, like we literally saw each other every day after school,
Mhm.
no matter what. So I think like that was always like my common friend. And then throughout the school, like years and each year I always had maybe somebody that I kind of hung out with, you know, or
Mhm.
another person I hung out with or different times. But I didn't just have like one set, I think. Because I was thinking so hard, like, well, who was I?
I
Who?
don't know. I feel that way about high school. Like I felt like the track girls I was closest to because I was
Mhm.
always with them. But had I not ran track, I
Yeah,
wouldn't have
who
had
was you?
nobody.
Yeah. Yeah. Sasha said, in my old age, I would like to think that I'm a limited low maintenance friend. I only have room for a limited amount of people who don't require much. Listen, I understand not requiring much. I would put that up there. But yeah, I definitely can understand that part. Because it's a lot. Like friendship is a lot, you know. And then if you have people that it's just like constant baggage on you, like
Yeah, it need a lot of attention.
yeah, or like when you leave a conversation or something dealing with them and you feel drained, like that's not healthy. So like at those moments, like that's where you really do have to like re-examine like your friendships at that point. Like, okay, is this something that we need to continue on? Because I shouldn't feel this way when I leave you. Like, I should
I
be
told
inspired.
her. I mean, I wonder if I'm the toxic like that friend because I told you it's two or three people that they supposed to have been my best friend. They ghosted me. I wonder if I'm like that friend, like, oh, she's toxic, she's too much for me. I mean, I don't think I am, but hey, I
It
mean,
could have just been miscommunication too, though.
yeah.
It could have been just miscommunication too.
Thank you, Sasha.
You said, no, you're not that person. Listen, that's what I said. It could have just been like a miscommunication of between you and those other people. But yeah, so put it in the comments. Do you guys teach your children about friendship? And if you guys do, listen, let us know. Give us some tips because we out here with two preteens and it does not get easier for us by the day.
I I hope my daughter never have a fight.
You said never have what?
I said I hope she never has a fight.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
I mean, yeah, that definitely be good. But yeah, I hope she never has a fight. She was
It's
telling me,
possible.
I mean, yeah, I feel like I live in a decent neighborhood where like stuff like that, you know where it is most likely to happen versus where it's not mostly likely to happen. And they
Yeah,
have, I don't know if every neighborhood has it now, but they have like, mediators in the school, or
yeah.
people who, like they have like a counselor at their school that kind of know all the tea. Like I don't know how he always know, like if he's like big brother, but he knows everything that's going on. Like this click and that, like he knows. So I
You know
mean,
all the
yeah.
drama.
So sometimes they're like it's like preventative. You know what I mean too. Like
Yeah.
you and such and such needs to have a conversation with me. Is that type of thing. So I mean, she's in elementary school, going to the fifth grade now. But I hope yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what's next? I mean,
Mind games. Is
have you?
mind games next? I don't think that's
Yeah,
next.
it
Is it?
is.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay. All right. Mind games. So we kind of talked about it as we were talking about it. As we were like checking in, even when we were talking about friendships and stuff like that. And basically, when it comes to mind games, it's basically like those conversations that you have with yourself, like those self talk. Like when the example Rhea gave when she was like, when she go to networking events, and then when she come home, she'd be like, "Why did you say that? Like, you shouldn't have said that." And so the question that I have for you guys was like, what type of conversations do y'all have with yourselves? Like, what does y'all conversations look like? Are they mostly negative? Are they positive? Are you like boosting yourself up? Are you like how do you talk to yourself
Yeah. Do you
basically?
have affirmations that guided affirmations throughout your day?
Yeah.
I uh, I will admit it's a lot of negative self talk that go up on in here. Sometimes I try to combat it like, all right, you got it. But I'm not. It'd be a lot of mind games going on in here. Yeah, it's like a lot of times it's like, especially when I have an idea and then it requires some footwork. It's like something in my mind be like, girl, what are you doing? Like, why do you think you could do that? What, like, no, like sit down. So I feel like that plays a part in my inconsistency, or because it's easier to not do anything, it's easier to just listen to those voices, it's easier to procrastinate and drag your feet, it's easier to not do whatever it is that you're trying to do, or to listen to you know the mind games. I haven't practiced like any positive self-talk or like affirmations. A lot of times I think it's like, um, girl, like affirmations. I know they work, because if you practice something long enough, it'll become like like a part of your life. You know, you say it long enough, you'll begin to believe it. You know, you'll start to work at it. You'll start to. But I also feel like sometimes some stuff is like cliche or like trendy or so. So I shun those type of things too. I don't know how much sense that makes, but that's I just something I know about myself.
We got a comment here. Jania.
Jenna.
Jenna, okay. Jenna, she said, I keep it real with myself. I would say to myself, you could have done better. Let's get it together, Jenna.
I know that's right.
Right, that's good. Oh, for me, lately lately my mind games have really been with the past, y'all. So as y'all know, like it's two things that has been going on in my life, in terms of like the career change and stuff like that. Me actually thinking about getting like a part-time gig, to bring in some steady income and stuff like that. So I've been haunted with like past work experiences and like revisiting that over and over again, and like just those different environments, and just thinking about it, or what I could have did differently, or what I should have spoke, or just like experiencing like what those last experiences look like. It hits me there, and it also hits me in like my romantic relationships as well, like my past relationships. I'll be rethinking about those incidents, what didn't work, and so much so that girl, I literally was literally thinking about coming up with a show about me sitting down with my exes. Why would I do that? Why would that even make sense? Baby, all distraction, baby. It wouldn't even matter. Like, it wouldn't even matter. Like, you're not
Right.
like the self-talk that I had to basically tell myself is like, you're not even the same person you was yesterday. So why would it matter? Like, you're not the same person you was a month ago. So you gonna really sit down with somebody that you dealt with years ago to see how you were? It don't matter. You're not even the same person. Like, and that was like that was like the self-talk that I had to give myself, understanding like the past is the past. Like, you don't have to worry about it. It doesn't have to affect you. Like, as soon as the next day comes, it's over with. Like, you don't have to relive it again, and stuff like that. So that has been like the self-talk for myself. Like I said yesterday at the event, I was talking to myself like in my head, not out loud though. I'm gonna tell you because Sasha said I don't talk to myself. I call Rhea. So in my head, I don't be talking out loud to myself. But in my head, like I literally had to tell myself, like, you could do this, like you made it this far, like get out there and talk to somebody, like go talk to somebody, don't waste this opportunity, or don't waste your time driving all the way out here and all of that, type of stuff. But yeah, I am hard on myself. I think I'm harder on myself than anybody else could be on me. And so yeah, that's really what my self-talk look like, or the mind games, the games that try to distract me and keep me from moving forward, like how you said, when it comes to like things that actually take some leg work and then you talk yourself out of it. Like, I literally have to fight those because I be having the same thoughts like, and I be having it like, you know are you gonna be consistent with this? Like, you done tried this, you done did this, you done did this. What about this? How you gonna keep this going? And I think what also helps me is like certain stuff that I watch, because it motivates me too, and it kind of like resonates in my mind. Or like when I'm watching certain people, like it's so crazy. Y'all about to laugh at me, but it's y'all know F and F, the song F and F.
Yes, girl. Sasha know because I done sung it to her a lot.
And so this song is a little girl from, well, she ain't a little girl, she like 22. She an actual grown up, but she a young adult out here from Memphis. And I be watching her interviews now, which is so funny, right? Like, why are you watching this girl interviews? But I watch her interviews now because I love her story. Like, because of the fact of like, she started out in like 2018, and a lot of people just think like, oh, she just popped, she just got big, And to hear her story and how she was talking about how she would get discouraged, nobody would watch her videos, and stuff like that. And then she would be reaching out to like Cardi B and stuff, sending her messages and stuff like that. And to where when it popped, she already had the stuff right. Like she was already ready because she was consistent and she kept doing it week after week. And I be inspired by stuff like that. Like stuff like
Me
that
too.
really inspired me. And so just to see like for her and just to see her push, like that's why I get excited about us getting together and us doing this and knowing that no matter how many views we get, we are building like our
Mhm.
platform. Like so when we pop, we
Mhm.
already have a catalog. We ain't trying to pull episodes together. We ain't trying to figure out our format. We're doing all of that stuff now, no matter who tunes in each week, you know.
Right.
And so like stuff like that play in my head when not feeling it because I have those thoughts too like
Mhm.
do I really want to tune in, you know, do I really want to do this, do I really want to show up even when it comes to real estate, like do I really want to make all these calls, you know, and stuff like that. And it's just like no, yes you do. Like you do want to do this. Do you really want to go to this event? You better go to this event. You got to get out there. That's the only thing that's holding you back is networking, you know. And so yeah, that'd be
I'm
myself.
good. I teared up. I teared up for her when I saw her like signing day. Um,
Uh-huh.
I teared up, and then I went back and watched her interviews, and then
Right.
watched all her old videos and
Girl,
did
yes.
everything there is to learn. And then her friend got signed, and I was like
Yep.
happy to see that. Like
Who
they,
was it?
you
Gloss
know,
Up or something? Because baby, I
yeah,
feel like I'm learning all of them now.
yeah,
Like,
glossing, yeah, gloss
Gloss
up,
Up,
whatever, yeah.
yeah.
I love it.
Yep. I got
And that was the thing about her. It was that like yeah, it's a little ratchet, but it was like it's authentic.
right. And it feeds to like her tribe and what her network look like. You know, like
Mhm.
her reach. That's her reach. Like, and it's okay. Like, you know, like that. Like, and I love it. Like, and you said you teared up with her signing day. I didn't even watch that video. I watched her performing at Yo Gotti. He has a conference, his birthday bash, and she was
Mhm.
performing there. And I got teary-eyed because like the
Mhm.
whole crowd knew her song. Like it was
Mhm.
rapping her song over her, you know, and stuff like
Right.
that. And it was just inspiring, like it was exciting. And so yeah, it's like I can get inspired by stuff like that or just watching people document. Like I love watching people interviews and stuff like that. Like I love Kevin Hart interviews, hearing his story. Jay-Z, yeah, I already know how I felt. I told y'all the Jay-Z story. But like I'll be watching that. I watched that interview recently, and so it's like those are the type of things that play back in my mind. You know, I really love Kendra G, the singles live, and I don't really know a whole bunch about her story, but just to watch her tune in every week, whether
Mhm.
she late, like whether she late, whether she got an event, you know, and all that. And it's only been like what 2 years for her, but it popped and she already had this stuff. So like those are the things and those are the things that play in my head that kind of keeps me going and keep me focused on like my purpose and what I'm supposed to do daily weekly or whatever it is. I'll be trying to keep at it because I don't
Yeah,
want
what
to.
would you say just for today though? Just worry about today,
Right.
getting through today, what
Yep.
like what that looks like, what your plans look like. Like I have to do better with planning. And I write stuff down. And I'm like, "Ooh, one thing got crossed off my list, and you lit," and then don't do nothing else for another. Terrible. Like as soon as something calls for me to like, oh, I gotta go to another website. Oh, like my computer died. Oh, like that's a sign for me to just shut it down. Just do it another time. Not charge my computer.
Right.
Not like go back to the website.
That's
Like
your sign that you need a
yeah, that's
break.
a sign. Like, yeah, I need to make a break. Let me go on
Yeah.
Instagram. Crazy.
Yeah. I love that. So what do y'all do when like you are really hard on yourself? Do y'all find a way of like coming out of like not being so hard on yourself, or does that make sense? Like, you know, like how do you kind of calm down, I guess, tone it down on yourself a little bit, especially those that's like really hard on themselves.
Usually it's Sasha talking me off the ledge, or sometimes Peggy, sometimes anybody in the comment section. Like anybody, yeah. Sometimes it always come from outward for me because I'll just keep going. And I'll
Yeah.
be stressed out like now, like I was saying, and that's even our next topic too, like the financial stuff. It's like, how do you like you can't catch up with that type of thing. And it's like, you hear so much social security is gonna be gone in a couple of years, and I've worked all these years, and first of all, salary ain't enough, and then you mean tell me I ain't saved nothing for like, or nobody saved nothing, or help me save nothing, or made me
Right.
save nothing. Like, God willing, me and my husband stay married, and I can live off him. Shit, shoot. Like,
Word.
or find like investments or whatever. And then all that gives me more anxiety, like, choosing the right type of investments or a sure thing, or, is it worth it to put money into an IRA or, is that what it's called? Yeah, a Roth IRA or investment, a 401k. Should I be taking my money and putting it into another type of investment that is sure to have some compound interest that's gonna get me more money in a quicker time? It's too much. It is too much.
Sasha said it has to be an outward conversation for me because I work myself all the way up. I can see that though. Like when you let loose, like when you actually let it out, it does, it does, it's kind of like a release at the same time. I think if that
Yeah.
makes sense, like, you vent, you healthy vent, and then it's out of you versus like keeping it boiled in and getting yourself all worked up and frustrated. So I definitely could agree with that. And Peggy had a comment about the last topic, so I'm gonna read that one real quick before we move on. And this was the topic dealing with our kids. And she said, I had to tell my son the other day, you don't need to call your friend 4 times a day until he answers the phone twice and maybe a voicemail, and that's it. Yeah, I can see that because our kids, they'll keep going.
And I go over such and such house every day. No, no. Give give her a chance to miss you.
Right.
Give
Yeah.
people a break. Give them a chance to spend time with somebody else. But I did it.
Because I was literally never at home. I was talking to one of my childhood friends yesterday on the phone, and I was just telling her, like, we literally will be everywhere. And I think about like the stuff my kids be asking for now, and I'd be like, no, no, you can't go to the store. No, you can't do this. And they literally, but we used to be the same ones outside. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just different. I feel like different. I mean, it was crazy stuff going on. But me and Sasha, I remember we walked. I don't know. We walked from home to like Scott, which is on one side of town, and then by the end of the day, we was
Right.
at Irving, and we freaking walked.
And that's how. Yeah, and I've been thinking about that. Like, why? Like, we literally used to walk all over the place, like
Seriously.
all over the place, a
Yeah,
lot. Be home. We come home at night, and mind you, we ain't really just have cell phones like that back then.
we did not.
Cell phones didn't. We didn't. So we just
And I
out in
ain't
the
had no
streets,
money.
right?
And I ain't had no money. Like, where did you?
Right.
I had enough. $2 max. I got something to drink and like a couple of snacks and some gum and some candy. Like that for all day. For all day.
I remember one time, me and my best friend in high school, we would go to New York all the time. Like every weekend, we out in New York, right? So one night it was probably like a Friday night. We in high school, so we like seniors in high school by then, and we have the great idea that we had enough money to ride the path, maybe get us something to eat, and then come back home. Walk on 42nd Street and come back home. So the total number we had probably was about $6. Like we really didn't have that much money. But that was enough. Like that was the logic that I had, that we had enough money to go out, hang out on 42nd Street, get back home on the PATH train, and we'll be all right. Get like a pizza or whatever. And so while we was out there, my mom called me and she was like, "Where you at?" And I'm like, "Huh?" She like, I didn't say you could go to New York. And I'm thinking like, you can't, like, she's like, I
You
ain't say you
said
could go
it
to
like another time, like last time you said I could
right,
go.
right,
Forever.
right. I didn't say you could go to New York. You better get your, back home or whatever like that. And so we find our way home. So, by the time we get home, we just have enough to get back to Newark Airport, Newark train station. What is it called? Penn Station, I guess.
Yeah.
We had enough to get back to Penn Station, but we still didn't have enough to ride the train, like the 34 back home. The bus, the 34 bus
But,
back home. Yeah, so we had, we couldn't call my mom because I was supposed to still be at my friend's house. So we always, and so we couldn't call her because I was already in trouble. I was supposed to be in my friend's house. She told me to get my tail back home. She don't care. So I can't call her like, hey, can you pick us up? Like, I ain't had that mom. So so we had to, like, I don't know how maybe we call her mom. Her mom was a little nicer than us on us. She gave us a little more grace. But baby, we was out there for no reason, basically. Like, we could have just stayed at the house doing all that extra stuff.
because y'all was near grown. I'm grown. I'm going to New York. Like,
Right. Just getting home anytime you want to and stuff. So it has. Oh wait, well, we read that one. Let's. Oh, hold on. Where we leave off at?
yeah.
Oh, she said. Sasha said we walk from Branch Brook at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, like, yeah.
Beepers, yeah,
Yeah.
we had.
Nicole asked me for about the walking we used to do. Sure. That's how
I
we all
mean,
used to be so like small back in the day. We used to
I was never
exercise.
small, but but I was smaller than what I was now. But yeah, we definitely would be walking all over the place.
I don't know if Camellia is behind. Like, I don't know how to, if she watching, like,
Okay.
or she's catching up. But or I don't know why her comments are like late. But she says she loves fall and enjoys summer. That was the
Uh,
beginning. And her
right.
birthday was yesterday. Camellia,
Oh,
happy birthday.
happy birthday! All right, so now you have already kind of segued us in this into
Yeah.
like planning for the future. How do you plan for the future? Do you plan for the future? Let us know. We want to know in the comments below. Do you plan for the future? How have you been planning? What are your plans for the future? Do you want to retire early? Are you able to retire early? What does that look like for you? Do you have like college funds and all that stuff? Yeah, just let us know what you're doing. We being nosy. We being nosy. We want to know. Help us out. Listen, help us.
Yeah. Especially if you have some good tips. Like, because
Right.
I'm over here. Been stressed out. Like, and that's important to me is to also like leave something for my kids. Um,
Right.
my grandmother, like we weren't taught certain things, or I wasn't taught certain things, um, like about finances and everything. But I know my grandmother had like life insurance. My grandparents had life insurance, but they never taught us like to have life insurance. I Not verbally, because I guess seeing it was an example. Like, girl, you better get your life insurance. And I know she used to borrow from her life insurance, but she never told me verbally like, "This what you do," right? Because I think I would have been did it. I didn't
Yeah.
get. I always, you get your life insurance like if you have some type of corporate job, they give you like a regular like life insurance policy, whatever,
Yeah.
while you're working there. But I didn't have like my own like whole life insurance policy until my daughter passed away. Like,
Mm.
and the reason why I'm talking about life insurance is because I learned, and I think I mentioned it last week, that life insurance can have
So
other
when you
benefits
go- Yeah.
while you're living, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I didn't get like a whole life insurance policy until my daughter passed away. Because at first I was like, well, how are we gonna pay for anything? But my husband happens to have, an outside life insurance policy, and your kids are in automatic, I guess automatic, but he had her as a rider. So they were included in our his policy. But I'm like, well, I should have had something to do, you know, just because you shouldn't leave that to, I feel like, one person. And
Yeah.
so I have a policy. They're a writer on my policy, but I also have separate policies for them. And then I learned that on a whole policy that after a certain amount of years, you could borrow from your policy. There's also certain type of policies where you could put a lump sum of money in, borrow from it, put it back, borrow from it. It's supposedly how like wealthy people get money to invest,
Hmm.
buy houses or do, get into real estate or do, whatever they want to do with it. Like, and then there's also living like policies, whereas though if you had like say you have a policy in the event that something happens, like where you can't work because somebody in your family was ill and you had to take care of them. Most of the time FMLA does not cover. um,
Hmm.
they don't financially cover you. They keep your job. That's about it. So you would have that policy to cover that. So like it's like a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm sure it gets deeper than that as far as like policies, like life insurance policies. But it's just stuff that I don't know that I wish to tell my kids about, and also like at some point use it after the information is not too much going on that's overwhelming me.
Yeah. Yeah. I do have a life insurance policy. But the main thing for me, I think right now is I do want to get, like I told you, we had like a workshop with my real estate firm, and a guy came out and he was talking to us about life insurance and stuff like that. And most of the time when I get my policy, the agent typically kind of pulls up the policy that works best for me and what I can afford and stuff like that. But I want to be a little more knowledgeable in it, not so that way I could be like an agent and stuff like that. I just want to know more about like those policies. So that's something that I want to like actually push myself more into. In terms of that, I do have I told you guys I do have like an IRA um to go towards like the future that I pay on no matter what, like what's going on my life. I make sure that that payment comes out automatically. So it's something, it's not a lot, but it's something going in. Um, but yeah, like I definitely do want to plan for the future, make sure everything is squared away. Part of the reason why I did take this leap is because I did want to get into investing. Well, I do want to get more into investing with real estate, like building like wealth. A lot of the wealth that people have, they also have like a real estate portfolio as well. Like it's a part of one of the things why they are building wealth. So that was one of the reasons why I jumped in on this. Being able to educate my daughters for with that as well. Um, and so like that's like my main goal. So that way I can like acquire it. Not that I want to acquire it like fast. It doesn't have to be fast for me. Um, but I do want it to pay off in the end. I don't know if I'm ever going to like retire. But I do want to get to a point where like us sitting right here right now, we're making money. Like I just want to be able to make residual income um while I'm sleeping. Like, and having that going in, like when I was at the networking event and I was talking to one of the guys, he started out as an agent like me. It was like 20, he's been in it like 20 years, but he told me how he has 10 properties right now, and that's literally all he does right now. Like that's how he makes a living off of his 10 properties. So it's like just learning like stuff like that um to build towards the future, for my kids and stuff, and their kids, and just having those things working for us. That's like my main goal. One of the things I would say to you though, I think I said it to you last week, like you don't got to catch up. Like I know you feel that way, but you just start where you are. You just start where you are, because when you start where you are, it's still better when you look at it down the line versus you starting like say Amora is going to college in whatever year she's going, 2026 or something. I know that's not it, but you know it's way better to have started in 2022 versus trying to start in 2025, and trying to come up with like money for college and stuff like that. So just start where you are. And it's not catching up. It's your race, it's your race. You would have liked to started it when you was 20, or you would have liked to started it with 18, but that's not your story. Your story is I'm starting it at this lovely age that you are today. And that's okay, it's okay. Like, even the fact that it's a pull on you, that shows you like that's something that you need to like hone in on and just go for it. And your time is now. Because it's such a pull, don't get overwhelmed by it, but just know like it's my time now to get it started. All you got to do now is just start. You ain't got to bring it all in, and it ain't got to come fast. You ain't got to start with already having these tens of thousands in the account, or and all of that. It's just all it is, and all you feeling right now is just your ability to start it, and it's gonna build on its own. Yeah.
Would y'all be
But yeah.
interested? Like, would y'all? I want to know, like, the people watching, would they be interested in getting like this type of information from someone? Like, maybe we could find someone, or maybe someone that would come and give us a blurb about.
Listen, if you guys want this person, we'll bring somebody. We'll bring some people in here to join the show as early as next week. Listen, are we gonna do it next week? Well, next week is our 10th episode. Maybe after our 10th episode, we'll bring somebody in. And we can have them. We can start having the conversations about it, and we all learn together. We all learn together. I think it's worth it. Like, I feel comfortable with how we've been doing things and the platform and stuff like now that we could bring a third person in and just talk to them about it, and bring somebody in that can kind of teach us on life insurance, and that take the episode, and we just learn about it. We are a resource, y'all. Listen, we try to be a whole resource out here in these streets. But yeah, I'm down with it if y'all down with it. So let us know in the comments. Nicole said, I don't even know how to start to plan for the future. It's so much advertisement. I don't know where to start. Peggy said the Big 10 week next week. Yes, we 10 weeks next week, Peggy. Nicole said, I have life insurance through my job for me and my kids. I have a NY529 for the kids for any school they decide to go to after high school. I don't think I'm retiring. The age will probably go up.
Probably.
But yeah, that's good though. You do want to have right. You do want to let's start with seeing if we can get somebody to come on, not next week, but the week after next, that can come on and talk about life insurance. Just so we can talk about that. Because I know, like, I don't want to give bad advice, but I do know, like, the job insurance isn't enough. I do know that much. I've heard that over and over again. But
she works in like public service and like at the police department, so they'd be a little.
It might be different. Yeah, it might. Yeah. So let's bring somebody that can kind of really, without like trying to sell, or they could still like brand, but just like give us the knowledge, and it'll give them exposure too. So I think it will work. That'll be something that we do. Yeah. So give us about 2 weeks. We're gonna try to get somebody out here that could definitely teach us on life insurance and stuff like that. Jenna said, thinking about finances in the future stress me out. It can be stressful. I was nervous though when I sent Rhea the spreadsheet. I was like, I hope I don't stress her out with this stress. With this stress.
I read it. I was reading it like, what? Okay. I read it, but sometimes you read stuff and it's a lot of information. You gotta let it simmer.
Right. Yeah. And I was like, we probably could talk through it though. Like, I can probably explain it better than I tried to format it and stuff, because you saw how I sent it to multiple people or whatever. But like, but I think it'd be better to like talk and sit down and kind of, it'll make more sense once we sit down and talk to it. But yeah, so yeah, we're not about to be stressed no more, y'all, because we about to have somebody come up here. They're going to educate us. Half the battle is us actually knowing what we're doing, and so if we can have somebody that can come on and talk to us, I'm definitely down with that. Jenna said, likewise, I need to gain financial literacy so that I can teach my daughters. Listen, definitely. Because I definitely want to make sure like that's embedded in my daughters as well. They get frustrated with me. Like I took them shopping one time. No. So I think it was the shopping trip too, but we went to the movies one time. So both of them had got money from Aubrey got one for making principals list, and Autumn got it for she had like she was able to like step in front of like the city council and stuff like that. So they both got money from people, like from family members. And and so they wanted to go, they wanted to spend their money. So I was like, okay, cool, let's go to the movies or whatever like that. We'll go to the movies, y'all get the opportunity to spend your money or whatever like that. So I told them, I was like, okay, I'll pay for lunch. So I took them to buy lunch and all that other stuff. So they going in there, they excited. So they both swiping their cards at the movie theater. They excited, they paying for their own ticket or whatever. And then Aubrey had a little bit more money than Autumn. So she said, okay, I'll take care of snacks and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. So they buying snacks, baby. They really spending their money. Right, they really spending their money. And then their goal was to spend their change at Five Below afterwards. So while we in the movie theater, like they living it up in the seats reclined, everything, all of that. They making me their little chauffeur and all this other stuff. So during the movie, they turn to me and go, "Mom," I be go, "Can I get something to drink?" So I was like, okay, cool, I'll get you something to drink. And then Autumn go, yeah, can you get me a water? I was like, yeah, okay, I'll go get it. So I go get them the drinks or whatever they drink it. So we finish the movie, we come out, and they're like, okay, we know we about to go to Five Below. I was like, okay, cool. So I'm letting them know, like, well, this is what you got left off because you got something to drink. So Autumn said, oh, water costs that much. Mm-hmm. I was like, yeah, water not free. I thought water was free. Baby, no, water's not free. You got to pay for water. Even the water in the house, you pay for it. Like everything you got to pay for. That phone you got, it don't just start. You can't just buy a phone. No, you got to pay to keep the phone on. So like, I'm trying to get them to know like the basic stuff right now. Like everything has a cost and stuff like that. But I definitely want them to be able to invest in all of that stuff at young ages. One of the things that I put on like my acts list recently was like I want them to be able to own their own and have like success, because they both entrepreneurs like I mentioned last week, but I want them to have like successful businesses before they're like 21, like an actual, for a really successful business and stuff like that, just so that they can learn. So I think it'll start with them being able to like actually know like money really don't grow on trees, and it doesn't just come from my card. I can't just, because baby, they didn't go card. No, like this card, I have to put money in order to use this card. Like it doesn't just fly out of nowhere. But yeah, definitely, I agree with that part. So I think we got a plan for us, y'all. Yeah. Listen, in 2 weeks, we're going to bring somebody on. We're going to start with somebody that can talk to us about life insurance. And then the week after that, we're going to have somebody come on and just talk to us about investments and planning for the future. Ow! We're going to be really equipped in here.
Yeah.
It was...
All right, so we're gonna start wrapping this thing up. I mean, we've been here for a minute. So if you're not already following us, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at It's the Meetup. If you're not following us, please follow us.
Yeah. Jenna says she knows somebody. So send it to
yeah, you can send it.
Hold on, Breezy, I'm almost done. And the last thing we do at the end of every show, listen, we let you guys know that, listen, your tribe here at the Meetup, we want to celebrate you because you did it. You did it this week. Anything that you want to let us know so that way we can celebrate with you. Put it in the comments below. I know we said, was it Camille? She had a birthday this week. So happy birthday to you, Camille. Like anything, just let
Camellia.
us. Huh?
Camellia.
Camellia. Okay, I'm sorry. Camellia. Sasha says stocks. So yeah, also known about stocks and is that what you're talking about, Sasha? But yeah, also known about that as well. But yeah, happy birthday, Camellia. Just let us know anything that you want to celebrate. Like you said, like I said, y'all, in my check-in, I did it, y'all. I did it. I went to a networking event all by myself.
Girl,
She said,
25. She's a lot and the proof ain't in her. Okay?
and so like I did it. I went to this networking event and I was so excited about that. So I congratulate myself on that.
Yeah.
What you want to celebrate, Rhea?
Um, I'm here.
You starting to plan for the future, girl. Getting your
Okay,
finances
yeah.
together. That is
I'm
something to
having
celebrate.
yeah, some needed conversations with myself. And
Right.
my husband, but myself,
Yep.
because he'll stress me out even more.
Stop, Aubrey.
Told you, and this is what you need to do. Conversation with myself and Sasha. And all.
No, I'm recording, so stop. It's my youngest.
Oh
No.
yeah, congratulations to Camellia too. She closed on her house on June
Woo!
29th.
Yes.
Marriage. I mean, it's just her time right now.
Come
Birthday.
on. You said
Yeah.
she closed on her house and she just got married?
No, she celebrated her anniversary.
Oh, her anniversary.
Oh,
Congratulations. Yes, congratulations on closing on your house. Absolutely. And celebrating the anniversary. It's your anniversary. But yeah, so just let you know that us at the meetup, we celebrate you. We're so excited. We're clapping for you. Yes, I mean, come on, 16 years together and 8 years married. Absolutely. Listen, we're clapping it up for you right now. We're celebrating you. We're so excited that you made it through this week. We can't wait to celebrate with you guys next week as well. Listen, so tune in next week. We love you guys. Y'all have a great night.
so he might not be alive next year though. All right. Good night, y'all.
Bye, y'all.